Welcome to Andrew's Answers. We're going to go over a question today that we get pretty often. Actually, probably we get this with every client, and it's the first thing I would ask if I was going to call a lawyer. When will I get my first check? Of course you want to know that answer, because if you're watching this, you might be out of work or you might be considering leaving work, and you need to know how are you going to pay your bills. Well, unfortunately, every single LTD policy I have ever seen, ERISA or non-ERISA policy, and we can talk about that in another video, includes what's called an elimination period, which is really a fancy word for how long the insurance company is going to make you wait until you become payable. Now, for a short-term disability policy, typically you have a 7 to 14 day waiting period, which means you're probably going to skip a whole check. Now, with a long-term disability policy, we're seeing average waiting periods about 6 months. I always say it depends with these videos, and that's true, and I'm going to stick by that, it depends. However, I think I've been doing this long enough that I can say most long-term disability policies will make you wait 6 months until you become payable. Now, hopefully you have short-term disability in the meantime. If you don't, call us, we can talk it over. But the idea is that your short-term disability policy is going to cover that 6 months until you're eligible for LTD. What's the theory behind an elimination period? Well, I don't want to disparage the insurance companies too much, but they'll tell you they expect that some conditions will resolve. In my opinion, they just want to take your money from you, and they legally can do it. And it's unfortunate, but it's a reality. So to answer the question in just a few words, typically it's going to be about 6 months until your LTD contract becomes payable. If you have any questions about the individual facts of your case, just give me a call or send me an email. The contact information will be with this video. Thank you.